one of the things about data analytics is, or for that matter, why it has come is before we had business intelligence, right? What happened was you go to, you have data, you have some kind of, what do you call, sales reports, or for that matter, patient records, and all these things. So if someone was asking you to produce a report, business intelligence reports, like say, for example, how much of sales we had last 6 months, how much of sales did we improve over the last 3 months. So slightly it is different with respect to report. Or you want to, it is more like historic, right? I mean, based on the past information, you're just looking at the past information. So that kind of business intelligence was what was there some time back, some few years back. But after that, what happened was people were more interested in finding out how to, what do you call, use the internet as a leverage to sell, especially during the year 2000. You would have been very young. I mean, you had just been born, maybe. Anyway, so what happened during those times is um, sales started to happen because of, what do you call, people clicking on the on some website, then people starting to order on phones. Even then, even though you didn't have smartphones, nowadays it is all the more greater, more number of phones and everything, right? I mean, smartphones, you can do anything almost on smartphones, like a internet, or like it's a regular computer. So a lot of other data started to get generated. For example, um, uh, through which channel did you click and come through to this website? Facebook, Google, search, or Amazon, and so on. These data has become very big. Earlier, if you went to a website, okay, that website is important. But today, it is probably not, websites are not considered as much as how much Facebook is considered. You go inside Facebook, then only you go to those websites. Go inside Google, anyway, Google, but then inside Google, Google Map and its entire set of products, somehow or other, you land up on a website. The search engine is smarter. So that is why you're able to reach YouTube, for example. You can study anything in the world today because of your ability to access through YouTube. If YouTube search was not that good, you will not find those things. If YouTube ratings were not there. So all those data is what is called analytics. The kind of thing that is trying to tell you how important that data is, how the data is flowing, how those data is getting its kind of number of hits, user response, its value of use, and then and what kind of people are viewing. All those things are now become very important, and thereby the reporting has changed from just basic business intelligence to something more more of business intelligence. So that is where data analysis it is called, and data analytics it is called. So, and data science. So, and AI is making the meaning of data, all these things very what you call higher and higher and higher. The expectation of the bar is higher. Even if today somebody is recruited for business intelligence, he cannot give the past, previous, old reports. He'll have to touch a little bit of data analysis and data analytics. That expectation is already there. That is why the definition of what business analysis is, data analytics is, and data science is, all that are very, very near. But actually speaking, you can distinct it, like I said. Data analytics is field that emerged because of usage of various channels and how data is flowing and how data is being seen. And so it is important that we value those kind of a stream. Okay. So, well, it is, yeah, viewing data is through any method. Like, we view data through various interfaces. So you may have reporting. You can do in Excel also. You take the data on a row and column basis. It's just row and column, and then represent it in graphs. You can do it in Excel. You can do it in Python. You can do it in Power BI. You can do it in Tableau. Data has to be picked somehow and shown. And why do you show it? You show because of the various kind of flexible reports that a company needs. So in Excel, you can do it using Microsoft technology very quickly. Can present a lot of information. And if you know Excel programming with some rules, you can pretty much present whatever business intelligence and analytics needs to great extent. But it is not as flexible as, and also the volume of data. The volume of data is much higher when it comes to today's world. And so when you use Python, you can handle that kind of volume of data. So that's why you can move to Python and show any report using its libraries. Library is nothing but saying that there is a what you call plotting library. That plotting library is able to pick up that data and show graphs in a particular manner. So it's got its own functions, and instead of the menu that you are selecting in Excel, you'll be writing the code 2-3 lines, draw chart and so on. So instead of selecting one button said draw chart, you'll be saying draw chart in the code. It will become intuitive when you start working on Python. That's why earlier the better to introduce in Python now, because last, if you study Python, how will we have the time to use all these things that we're going to learn? Whatever we learn, we should be able to touch it with Excel, Python, or the other things. And Power BI and Tableau are visualization tools, so that you can quickly generate reports, which generally would take a lot of time. Sorry?
When we start to learn Python, it's easy to reporting the other things.
Yeah. Python is essential, almost like English today, in the field of data, with considering the size of the companies that we are going to deal with. You're not going to work with small companies. You may work for a small software company, yeah, but the customers will be big. The customers will have a lot of data. So you will need to, anyway, churn that data, do something with that data, for which Python is the most flexible thing. In the initial stages, when you're studying the data, you can study it with Excel for the customer to see certain concepts. But when you're developing an application, you may need to use Python. And so depending upon the profile of the work which you are doing, you will be able to scale. If you're saying that you can do Python only a bit, and so you want to use Excel, that would be a bottleneck for you and for them. But if you say that, okay, I know Excel, I can analyze data using Excel, but because your application is so big, I can go ahead and develop the same thing in Python. If you say that and you're scaling and learning, which you can, because if you have a function in Excel, you can go to even ChatGPT, even after this course, and you don't know something, you can ask it and it will tell you how to do it in Python. You can step by step do. So Python you will learn, then you can use any tool to learn. And learning, like I said, Python is a tool for which you can say, for example, you can do a small program to sort some table and show some reports, sort by region, sort by volume, and so on and so forth. Some report you can do. But you can also do some low-level programming, like writing a custom program for a person for doing stock trading, or write a custom program to do some printing job on the printer, and various drivers, they call it driver. You install a driver for installing a printer, right? So like that. So all this can be written, but you're not going to go into that. You're going to go into your own field. So when you're learning Python, you just keep on increasing your library knowledge, and say, I want to do this, I want to do this. When you say, you just keep expanding your knowledge and doing a lot more things in Python. If you use more and more time in Excel, you'll do that better and better. If you use more time in Python, you'll do that better and better. And it's better to learn Python because you can then get into AI, data science, and all those things. So gradually, some people have started very small and become very big in the field. And the learning is continuous. There's never a stop to it. You just can't. In IT, everything will change every time. So a lot of things will keep on adding. Anyway, so, but the encouragement is that there are tools available, and the more ready you're willing to learn, just keep on learning. And you get to start. See, if you're learning Python, then there is no one going to stop you from learning the other things that Python will allow you to learn, AI, data science, and so on. Right? You just need to expand your knowledge. Okay. So we'll go through this. Now, can you see this? When I'm scrolling, can you see it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
What do you read now? Can you read it? What you're seeing there? Hello?
Python fundamentals and setup.
Yeah, you can see that.
Hello?
Okay, good. Yeah, good. So you already installed your Anaconda, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you do your start, okay, so what is Python? So it's a high-level interpreted dynamically typed language. So like, if you do programming in C, like kind of a language, what happens is you will have to say, for example, if it is a integer, you'll say int kind of a syntax. Say this variable is an integer, and then you have to assign it a value, and then operate it, and then do certain operations on it. And the whole program will then compile together. And if you have any syntax error, it'll, show you errors, and then the whole program you have to correct. Of course, you can do it line by line and keep increasing the program bigger and bigger
There
and
are a
bigger.
lot of syntax errors.
Syntax is heavy, it is very sensitive, and it has to be compiled at the end. But once you have compiled it, the program will execute very fast. Python, on the other hand, is high level, it is interpreted. That means line by line, it is interpreted at the time of you, what do you call, uh, wanting to run it. So one of the big benefits about it is you can, as an analyst, you can actually develop the code line by line and check whether it's working. And you can what do you call debug it in a very friendly manner. It will not you will be able to correct the program, and then finally when you run the program, it will do a late binding and it will compile. So after it compiles, of course the program will be fast, but the point is that that uh, for a guy like a data scientist and a data analyst, this will help you, like as though you are a person who is actually focused on your domain knowledge, where you are having your what do you call medical, what do you call domain knowledge, or for that matter, finance domain knowledge. All that as more important. And as you're using your Python as a language, like you speak English or Tamil, you're speaking Python, and you're then applying your knowledge to um, do whatever you are wanting to do step by step, and it helps you stop wherever there is an error or stop wherever there's a problem and correct it, which I will just show you right now. Okay.
Okay.
So for Python, you use many tools. You can install Python itself, but we have installed Anaconda because that is the typical tool for a data analyst, data scientist, and everybody, because there are lots of packages. So Python is a set of libraries that a lot of people developed, and they put it together in a Python, what do you call, .org one website is there. There's a community who says that, okay, if this package is valuable, they'll allow it. So when they put it together, every time there will be an upgrade, and all those packages will go together. So those packages, once you install it, you can use it in your program by importing it, which I'll show you. And Anaconda was developed using Python, but they use a lot more libraries that are associated with data science, AI, and data analytics or analysis. You can, of course, use
Okay.
business intelligence anyway. It's very straightforward. So that is why Anaconda is very useful. So Python comes inside Anaconda. It's just kind of Anaconda is developed using Python, and inside it's Python also. So you can run Python programs also in Anaconda. So now you have Anaconda.
It's also developed from Python, right?
Using Python. Python as a language. So Anaconda was developed using Python as a language. So Anaconda is
Python language. Okay.
language. Okay. So here we see the version of Python, and you see for this you need to open a notebook. And so then this will make more sense. I'll not discuss the code now. These for print, this is how Python code looks. Print, hello, Python. So as you can see, the function print is what you have. Sorry. Yeah. The function print is what you have in Python as a syntax. But when you put it inside here, hello, Python, that is just your text. You can even say hello, Walid. And you can say, this double quotes. What it means is this is a string. So the string is being given here. So string is a kind of a variable. Okay. Then, okay. So Python in the industry, it's used by, see, Google is the one which developed some of the key packages in machine learning recently. If you use by Google, then you can imagine everybody in the world uses Python one way or the
Yes.
other, right? Python installation, we already done that. We've done that already, Anaconda. IDEs, what is a development environment? We'll use Jupyter Notebook. You can also use PyCharm VS Code. Okay, these are just downloadables. And I would
These
suggest you
are
use the development. That means if you want to develop code in Python, you need some tool, right? To sit on top of Anaconda and work.
okay.
You can also work on Notepad, but it's very uncomfortable. So you need a tool to work. So this is the tool. So we will do Jupyter Notebook. So there are various. Okay, so okay, so we'll discuss this a little while later when we are on Python. Okay, so then there are various data types in Python. They're called integer, float, string, bool, and all that. Simple. If you want to do arithmetic, you need to have some data types. Integer is there, 1, 2, 3. Float is there, 10.1, 10.2, 1000.25, decimal numbers, right? That's called a float. And these are data types. There are many data types like that. And string is whatever we like, hello Python, hello Walid. Those are all strings.
Bool?
Okay. And
Bool
sorry?
means?
Bool
Bool.
means true and false.
True or
True or
false? Okay.
true or false. Kind of variable. Very important because if you are doing an analysis of some data and you're actually just finding out whether some credit transaction is fraudulent or not, or you got a list of emails, thousands, 10,000s of emails, and you are finding out whether it is a spam or not. So it becomes
Spam.
true or false problem. So if it is a spam, it goes into the spam folder. So that's a very useful program, actually. Very useful kind of a need for that variable called bool. Yeah. So variables. There is a dynamic typing about it. Okay, so see this x is equal to 10. Here we don't have to mention that x is an integer. You can just mention x is equal to 10. And the very next line, if you wanted, you can just change that. X is equal to 10.1. Immediately x will become float. You don't have to mention anything over there to say this is float, this is integer, nothing. You can quickly just use it. If x is equal to hello world, then x will become a string. You got it? Yeah. Okay. Expressions and operators. Those are like plus, minus, into, divide. All these are operators. If you want to add or multiply, a is equal to variable, right? A is equal to 5 into 2 plus 3. You can also write a is equal to x, x into, so x into 2 into 3. So that will be x is equal to 10, right? So a 10 into
Yes.
2 plus 3. So like that. So you can use both variables and numbers. Okay. Very simple. Just like you use y is equal to mx plus b and such formulas in your school mathematics, college mathematics. Okay, now shall we do installation of your thing? Okay, now you've already installed, so that should be there. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so can you go to your start program? Start.
Yes, sir. Can we start?
Type in Anaconda. Anaconda.
Can I open the
Do you see Anaconda command?
Anaconda?
Do you see Anaconda command?
Oh, no,
Is it
I
written?
didn't show.
What is
I
it
didn't
written
see.
there? On a start menu, when you type Anaconda, ANA, if you type in, what does it show?
I think there is a network issue.
Network issue, like what? It is downloaded. You downloaded it, right? Yesterday?
Yes, sir, I'll download. What can I do now?
Go to the start menu, your Windows start button.
Okay.
Type Anaconda, ANACO. That much will be enough. It should
Anaconda,
come there. Yeah. Do you get,
Anaconda Navigator.
other than navigator, do you get command?
Yes, sir.
Type
Can
command.
I open that? Can I open that?
Click that. It will open a black window. Is it possible for you to share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then I can see it. Could you please?
Sir, it shows you cannot
Oh,
start screen share while the other participant is sharing. This indication is so.
flash sharing or did I? Shall we continue to try? We'll try. So as I'm saying, you do. Did you do Anaconda command? Did it open up a window for you?
Yes, I'll open it. Those
Yeah, just click it. It'll open.
Anaconda Navigator will
Not navigator,
open.
Anaconda command. There will be three things: Miniconda, Anaconda command, and then it will say navigator. Open Anaconda command.
Anaconda prompt.
Okay, prompt is fine. Open.
Prompt.
Click it.
Yes, it shows
Black
users
window.
welcome. Yes, black window.
Opened. Okay. So does it say
What can I
base?
type?
Does it say base there? What does it say?
Yes, yes. Base,
Base it says,
base,
right? Base. Okay. So now that base
base.
is called your environment. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just,
Okay.
I think I will send you some on the chat. Have you got a WhatsApp also on? Okay, I will
Yes, sir.
send
WhatsApp is also on.
you. Where is your window? Here it is. Did you get that message?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is where my project is. So what does yours read?
Okay.
Instead of C, what is yours reading?
My reading is users welcome. It
Base
shows an
C, base C users
base
welcome.
C users welcome and greater than symbol.
Okay, but it's on C drive or D drive?
C drive, C drive, C.
C drive. Okay, C drive users welcome.
Welcome.
So that is so you when you installed Anaconda, you gave the name welcome, is it?
Okay. Yes.
You gave welcome. Oh, okay. Oh,
Yes, yes.
you should have given Anaconda. Well, that's okay. So you see, the point is, I want to tell you two, three things. One is, if you keep your files inside the Anaconda folder, if you want to
Okay.
delete at times, sometimes Anaconda gets corrupt. Some problems happen because you work on multiple projects. So
Oh,
if you have it corrupt, then your files, if you sometimes you may have to delete your folder. That time I don't want you to lose your files. So we have to create a project folder separately from that. Do you have a D drive?
yes, I have D drive.
Can you create a folder called projects Anaconda or something of that sort in D drive? You can just go to Windows Explorer and do that. D drive projects,
Yes, I'll create projects as in D drive.
uh, projects underscore Anaconda.
Yes, I'll create.
Okay, you created, good. So let that be there. So now what we do is you go to the base where in Anaconda.
How can I go?
I mean, no, you've got the window open, the black window open, the command
Yes,
prompt
yes,
open, command window
yes,
open.
yes. Open, open, open.
It's not a black window. It's a command window. Okay, command Windows command prompt. Or
No.
okay, for that Anaconda command window. So now what we do is we have to navigate from. So there are 2 points I wanted to mention before I forget. So base is your environment. Okay. So what you'll do is Anaconda has got a bunch of packages, and each time you are working on a project, if you're using statistics, sometimes you will have to download a package from Python, right? To for you to work. So you'll say pip install. There's a command called pip install. You don't have to remember it. I'll tell you again. I'm just telling you, just verbally to just remember the need for it. So pip install, you will say the package name, pip install stat model or something of that sort. So that will get installed in this base. Tomorrow, if you're doing some other, say, for example, you get into some machine learning language or some other packages you need to install. You say, no, not Excel, you want to do in Python. Inside Python, you want to do some Excel. So you will install that package called Excel something, right? If you do that, sometimes it will have dependencies where Anaconda has written using the language Python, some version number will be there. Maybe just to mention, version number means a few days back, maybe a month back, because Anaconda is developing on top
Okay.
of Python. Python will always be ahead because Python is the main language, so it's continuously evolving. Whereas the others who are using it will be slightly behind because they use it, right? So obviously the users are slightly behind. So the version will be
Okay.
different, certain things. So some other people are also developing packages and putting it in Python, which are downloadable, like pip install we do and install the package. So it creates a slight mismatch in various dependencies as to what is using what. So when you have new customer, as a developer, when you're having a new customer, you have to create a new environment for that customer so that those packages can sit inside that environment. Not only will all the Anaconda packages remain there, but also the new packages that you're installing will be under that. So this is base. You can create another environment called, machine learning. You can create another environment called deep learning. You can create another environment called analytics only, or Excel analytics, like that. You got it? So you may need a different environment in a development environment. In production, you will have only that customer's environment. He will have only one environment, which he'll call his production environment name. Whatever, PROD01 or something like that he'll call, whatever he decides to use. So this syntax, so what we do is now we change drive. So what you do is, do you know DOS commands like CD and all that?
No, sir, I didn't know.
Okay, so go to the base, prompt. We have to learn those commands also simultaneously.
Okay,
go to the
what command?
Anaconda prompt, say CD, that is change directory. CD space D drive, that is D colon.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Now press D colon, say D colon alone on that prompt.
Yes,
It is changed to D. Yeah,
D.
This is what it is. You went to Windows Explorer, and if you selected D in that My Computer, and then you selected D, from C you selected D. That is basically what you're doing here. CD. So you change from C to D. Okay, that's good. Now in D,
yes,
you have to go now and go
D?
into the folder called Anaconda. For that, you do CD.
Yes. CD.
The name of the folder was what? Anaconda. I don't know what did you say? Project, no?
Project Anaconda.
Yeah, PR. So say PRO and say tab. It will come. PRO tab.
Tab.
If you
Yes,
say tab,
it
will enter.
Yes, sir. Directory will come.
Are you in base D colon project? Correct? Okay.
Anaconda.
So now what you did is your installation now is separated. So installation is now sitting on C drive for you on the system, whatever that you did. And now your projects will be in this place. So the file has to go over here. Okay. So can you type in Jupyter Notebook? Jupyter, J-U-P.
Where can I type? From
there only. Wherever. We are already in D colon
Oh.
Anaconda, no?
Yes. What can I type?
Jupyter.
Jupyter?
Let me paste it for you then. Hold on. You just copy it over. Hold on. Then maybe that I can message it inside this itself. Yeah, there is chat over here, no? Yeah, I'll message it here only next time.
Okay. There's some messages.
Is it opening? It'll open a Windows browser. It'll open Chrome or whatever it is for you.
It shows Jupyter is not recognized as internal or external command, operable program or patch file.
Okay, can you do a pip install? 1 second.